Welcome to Land Strategy Live. Today we're on part 30 of how to apply 100 million money models in land investing. So for the past 29 parts, we went through all the notes from the Money Models book, and now we're going through all the notes from the Lost Chapters book. In the previous parts, like in the recent previous parts, we covered attraction offers, we covered free versus discounted offers. What else did we cover? We covered the avatar selection. How do we find our first avatar? And
the expensive customer problem.
yeah, and then we covered the expensive customer problem. So today, what are we doing today?
So we're breaking down the concepts. So it's going into cost to acquire a customer.
Right. So the expensive customer problem was essentially saying that the cost to acquire a customer is usually expensive, but that means you have to increase the LTV, lifetime value of the customer, so you can outspend your competitor. That was the gist, right?
That is.
Okay. And then we also try to... oh, Harpreet is here. Harpreet sold another property today.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, Harpreet is on fire.
All right.
So we also discussed 30-day gross profits, and we try to move the 30-day gross profit as early as possible. So he calls it PPD, which is payback period.
Okay.
Right. So we want to make the payback period as short as possible. So if we sell a property, for say we bought it for 10K, we sold it for 20K. So we want to make sure that 20K, we get that 20K as quickly as possible. So maybe get more on down. Oh, Zafial is here. So we want to get that 20K as fast as possible. So if they do like say 5K down and rest like $1,000 per month, how can we incentivize them to pull the cash forward? All right, so that's the gist. Let's move on to where we left off. So we did the 3 levers of CFA, customer finance acquisition, right? So there are 3 levers. So the first lever was get more customers, as in like lower the cost of acquiring them, right? Like doing free content, right? If for example, if you're doing free content and you have a huge following, you're essentially getting free leads. That means the cost to acquire customer is close to zero, because the only cost is for you to produce the content. So the second lever is make the customers worth more, or increase the LTGP, or lifetime value, LTV, or LTGP is lifetime gross profit. So the way you do that is have customers buy more properties, right? So they become more valuable, or have customers buy like some kind of a membership, or buy more expensive properties. You know, you just gonna make sure the customers are spending more than what your average customer spends. So you want to keep that line going up. So that's lever number 2. And the lever number 3 is do it fast, decrease PPD, payback period. So if you bought for 10, you sold it for 20, if you're getting that 20 back in like 5 years, as opposed to getting back in 5 months, the faster you get, the faster you can redeploy the capital to buy more properties. So that's why PPD is important. You want to make it as short as possible. Ideally, you want the PPD to be less than 30, meaning you list the property and you sell it within 30 days on cash. That would be the ideal scenario. It works in hot markets. In slow markets, most of the stuff moves on terms, so you have to use more creative strategies, like win your money back campaigns, or cashback strategies, like giving them some incentive to pay back early. All right. So cost to acquire customer. What does that mean? So how much does it cost for you to make money? That's what it means. Each business owner always wants a new low-cost way of getting a new customer. This is especially true in like real estate. Like people were like, oh, I used to get leads from land.com. Now they are, they're you have to upgrade to platinum, so it's too expensive. So I'm just gonna move to TikTok. So I'm gonna try TikTok. TikTok, I'm hearing other people are getting a lot of leads for cheap. So you're always like looking for new ways to lower the cost of acquiring a new customer, which is not necessarily the right thing to do. And why that is, for that you have to read my book because I have a principle on it. But we'll cover that in this episode as well. So don't worry. Yeah, because the lower the cost the lower your CAC, the better your ratio is between what you spend and what you make. So that's the CAC to LTV ratio. If you spend $10 to make 1,000, I feel like my book plug. Speaking of the book plug, Erica, can you show?
There you go.
Yeah, I'm still, yeah. So I'm at 134 pages. I'm still, it was more of a soft release. I'm still like, I have a few more chapters I'm adding.
You're taking the software development principle.
Yeah, I'm taking the software developer principle, just like Tesla.
Start with minimum
viable I don't know if you know this. So you know how the traditional car companies, they will, so they say like Honda Civic, right? So they will, they have this version or the model 2023. Yeah. So Zafiel, if you want, I can mail you a copy as well. I have author copies, but I know Zafiel is not going to give me his address.
Oh yeah.
Zafiel is like, no. I'll spend the $10. I'm not gonna share my address with you. But yeah, Zafiel, if you wanna share like a PO box or something, you have our email. I can send you an author copy. But yeah, same for you, Harpreet. If you want an author copy, let me know. You just give me your address, unless you prefer reading it on Kindle Unlimited. But yeah, so going back to the Honda Civic story, right? So traditionally, the way car companies release new models is like, so they'll have like 2023 model, right? So they'll have all the features baked into the 2023 model. That's the model that's on the assembly line, right? And then they'll be like, all right, so for 2024 model, we will add this. We will make the AC more efficient. We'll change the design a little bit. We'll make the front lights a little bit curved. So you have all these features coming in for 2023, whatever the next year is, right? So you will have that control department just working on the new features and preparing the new model, right? And then once you are all the 2023 is gone, and then they bring in, all right, starting January 1st, 2024, we'll be pushing the 2024 model. That's the new assembly line for 2024. So it's essentially like a cut every year. They will do like new models. So for example, if there's a new change that was made at the like middle of the year, that change will not be available to new customers until the end of the year when the new car version starts to assemble, right? So that was like traditional car model. So what Elon did was he turned it into more of a software approach, because like the car is like, most of the car is essentially software. So instead of like having like a 2024 version start at 2024, as soon as the feature is ready, he will just update it, right? Even like car changes, like he will just push it to the assembly line right there. So if it was ready on Jan 21st, signed off, the Jan 22nd, he'll just have the next minor version of the car, like live change done on the assembly line. So instead of like waiting till the end of the year, he would do like live changes, just like a software, they do like minor version releases. He did the similar approach. So now the same concept can also be applied to books. Now, no one does it because, it's extra work. and also because people have audiences already, like
Yeah.
they're established authors. So once you release it,
Or if you're planning for like a major
yeah, you
book
can do
launch,
that.
you can
But
do
if you,
that.
yeah, if
Or
you,
if you have a publisher, right?
yeah, you publisher, you can do that. But if you're like self-published and you have an audience, once you release it, people are gonna buy on the release. So you can't do that. But for some first-time publisher like me, like first-time author, I can release the minimum viable product. And I also wrote the book in such a way where I'm saying these are the X timeless principles. So I can add more principles when I feel like it, because they're adding to the existing book, because I'm not changing the rest of the book. I'm just adding in addition. I'm just like, I fit where I feel like, oh, this new principle might fit at number 3 or might fit at number 7. So I keep on adding more principles. So it's like a modular book, right? So if you like buy today and you have like 12 principles. I started with 10 and now it's at 15. So if you buy today and then you buy, you might want to buy a year again, a year later again, because then I might be at 25 and you have like new stuff that you can read. So I made it more like a software where I keep updating and upgrading.
Your new mission in life is to
Now my mission in life is to make it the best land business book ever
of all time.
ever written of all time, like ever. No one even dares. That's what we actually that's what we did on Erica's book. Erica, you want to show your book? So land investing mistakes. So what we did with Erica's book was, it started with like 130 pages, right? And we released in 2021, and then so we made it modular. So they're the same, because I'm in IT. I've been understand the modular concept, right? Keeping version 1, version 2. So we released it with 130, and it was like 11 true stories you need to know, and then it was like a small checklist at the end. And then we were like, wait a second, Eka, this checklist of 20 items feels, there's definitely more than 20. We need to make it comprehensive. So we did like,
Raphael just got it.
I sold it. We gave him 10% off the price. Then he said the doc fee felt too high. That's from the chapter 1 story.
Are you going to have that eventually go up on the list of like top book? You get those mugs with like all the like famous first sentences in books.
Yeah, yeah.
You want that to be one of them. We gave him 10% off the price.
Then he said the doc fee felt too high. So yeah, Zafiel, tell me, what do you think? Like, I wrote it in a way where, it's obviously AI assisted, because, why shouldn't it be? Everything is AI assisted. But I wrote it in a way where you shouldn't ever feel bored in the book. There's always like every chapter starts with like some kind of an interesting story. And obviously interesting is just an opinion of mine. I mean, you tell me if you feel maybe it's not as interesting. But the idea was to make this book more entertaining with elements of education, as opposed to making it more educational boring with elements of entertainment. So it was like more entertaining, like it's more conversational. It's more like anyone should be able to read it, as opposed to just like hardcore investors. So yeah, let me know what you think. But
I can't believe somebody tried to say the doc pay was too high. I hear that.
Yeah, we hear it all often. The time. So we started with land investing mistakes, 130 pages. We had the 11 stories and like 20 due diligence pointers. We upgraded to next version. We're like, well, let's make it 50. Then we're like, you know what? There are like few more I'm thinking of. It's clearly not comprehensive. So then we made it to like 100 or 110, something like that. And then I was like, we're like so close to being like every possible, even the principles, I try to make them interesting. So we were like, well, we're so close to making it like the all-time, like like every possible due diligence item a human can think of. So we finally was like, all right, fine, let's just blow it out and just find every possible due diligence pointer. And then we landed at what, like 200 something.
I don't even remember. It's a lot.
It's a lot. And then it was like,
it's
all
like
right.
400 pages.
No, it's 519 pages.
Well, 100 pages are the stories. And
but anyway, total 519 pages.
Yeah.
So we basically, and at that point we're like, all right, we can't think of any more due diligence. We're like, all right, we're like, now publish. Now we're not gonna touch it. So we started in 2021. We finished it in 2022, and it still sells. Like every month it sells like 30, 40 copies.
Yeah.
It's like no ads, nothing. It just keeps selling because of word of mouth or whatever. So that's exactly what I want to do with this one. Can you go back? So for this one, I want to do similar. I started with 134 pages and probably be more than 500 pages in a year or so.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're a man on a mission now.
I'm on a mission now. I'm like, I am not gonna let anyone, because I want people like other people in land investing space to look at this book and be like, I don't even want to bother. I don't even want to bother writing a competing book. Right? Because someone looks at your due diligence book, they're like, holy cow, they put like 250 due diligence pointers. There is absolutely no way I can top this. No way. Right? So I want to, like, for a land business principles book, I mean, it's already a niche within a niche.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go so deep and so entertaining and so comprehensive that people are like, there is absolutely no way I can top that book. So why would I waste time trying to make like a second best?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's the goal. That is the same thing we did with your book. And I hope I can deliver. All right, let's go back to the regularly scheduled programming. I think Kindle books, as once you get them, you can see edition. Oh yeah. So actually, you're right. You are right. I think you just have to sync them or something, right? Let me ask Juniper. So on a Kindle book, when it gets updated by the author, does the consumer have to like sync it or update it, or is it like an auto update?
When a Kindle book gets updated by the author, it doesn't auto-update on its own. You'll typically have to go into your Kindle settings and enable automatic book updates. Once that setting is on, updated versions of books should become available, but in some cases, you might still need to manually re-download the book.
Yeah, because I tried it on Kindle Cloud Reader, and it doesn't automatically do it. And there is no option to auto-update. Because I asked ChatGPT said, well, you have to do it from your phone, from your Kindle device. You can't do it from Kindle Cloud Reader. The other option is you delete it from your library and re-download it. Then it will pull the latest. So yeah, see, it's not automatic. But yeah, you should see updates if you can pull it again. All right. So if you spend $10 to make 1,000, it seems much cooler than spending $900 to make 1,000. Unlike LTGP, CAC is a hard science.
Didn't we cover this?
We covered it, but let me finish it. Unlike LTGP, CAC is a hard science, and you should know how much it costs to acquire a customer. Then it gives a bunch of examples, and then it says calculate CAC. And one of the first thing author does when he invests in a company is run a full diagnostic on acquisition. Half the time, the author finds a channel that's doing significantly better than others. Then we do more of the one that gets us the best CAC. Yeah. If we can't get CAC any lower, our next big lever is to increase how much we can pay compared to our competition. which we can do by increasing LTGP. Right. So that's the other big learning. If your CAC, if you're like, yeah, I'm not going to do free content, either because I don't have time or I don't have the inclination, then the only other part of the equation. So there are only two ways you can grow a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are the two ways, Erica? This is a principle from my book.
Yes. Get more customers or make your customers
Yeah, so you
worth
get more customers or
make them worth more.
yeah, make them more valuable, right? So if you're like, oh, get more customers or reducing CAC, cost to acquire a customer, you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna create free content, or because that's like the primary way of getting lowering CAC, right? Either you're doing free content or your creative is so out of the world that you're getting lot of clicks, or your offer is so banger you're giving away something ridiculous for free, right? And I honestly thought we giving free land strategy calls would be like, you will be like getting tons and tons, but you're not.
No.
Just get like one or two maybe per day.
Not even that.
Not even that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if it's just that it's not advertised enough.
Yeah, it's probably more people need to know about it.
Well, because we only say it at the very end of the live stream, so only a small
people. Yeah,
only a small number of people see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe we need to somehow put that in up front.
Maybe write a book about it. Okay. Yeah, and the going back to the book topic, right? At first we were thinking doing like a book every quarter and split the book into like 8 pieces and then publish 8 of them. But now I'm realizing like the amount of time it takes to just promote one book and you divide that by 8 is going to be very painful.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to make this one book a masterpiece. That's the plan. Okay. All right. Lifetime gross profit. So the arms race of business.
That's a good point on the freelance strategy call, because maybe we should talk about this quickly. We're doing a lot of free content, but I think it could convert
what do you mean free
better.
Content?
Well, all the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it could.
Right now, we're promoting freelance giveaway.
Yeah.
Because that's a stronger hook.
That is.
Yeah.
Did it actually?
I think it should be part of the funnel where it should go. So we have, it is getting more views. So we have all these shorts that goes to freelance giveaway. You have all the lives that go to freelance giveaway. And then we should have pinned comment that should go to freelance giveaway. And in the freelance giveaway video, at the end, you should say, in the meantime, if you want to book a freelance strategy call. I think that was missing.
Yeah.
Right? Because you'll be like, well, if you're in the market for land, if you don't want to wait till July to win a free property, but you also want to, just want to chat and talk about your land goals, you can book a freelance strategy call with me.
And on the freelance giveaway, I think we can, during the freelance giveaway, we can also say everyone can get a freelance strategy call.
That's exactly what I just said,
Yeah.
Erica.
Well, during the giveaway too.
Or during the giveaway. Yeah, during the giveaway, you should be pretty much disclosing everything you do. Oh, I have a book. If you want to learn land investing, read the land business book. Now you have another CTA. All right. LTGP, how much total money, the amount of gross profit you collect over the lifespan of a customer. Oh, what's the LTGP of a Starbucks customer?
$1 million.
What? One customer spends $1 million.
No.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm joking.
No, the winner never contacted us. Yeah, so we're just gonna roll over the property next in July. Zafial, LTGP for Starbucks customer. Harpreet, take a guess. Put it on the. How much do you think Starbucks makes from one customer over the lifespan of that customer on average? So that's lifetime gross profit or lifetime value. Juniper, do we have numbers available for how much Starbucks cost to acquire a brand new customer is and how much their lifetime value is?
Starbucks doesn't usually publish official exact numbers on their customer acquisition cost or lifetime value, but analysts and reports over the years have estimated ranges. CAC is often estimated in the ballpark of around 100 to 150 per new customer. LTV, on the other hand, can be quite high due to Starbucks' loyal customer base. Analysts have often pegged it in the range of 14,000 to 20,000, depending on the assumptions about frequency and length of customer relationship. Of course, these are rough estimates, but they show how much Starbucks benefits from long-term customer relationships.
Yeah. So it's around $20,000. And the cost to acquire a customer is like 100, right? So you can think about it, the ratio, right? So for us in the land business, we spend like maybe like 300, 400, and then our lifetime value would be, LTGP will not be that much, right? Maybe like 3x or 4x, max 5x.
Well, max CAC?
No, CAC, the ratio, CAC to LTV.
Well,
like
if it's 300, it would be higher than
5 to 1,
yeah.
right? Something
Well,
like that.
it's tricky because it really depends
on
on
the cost to acquisition. Yeah, but it's not gonna be more than 5 to 1, right?
yeah.
But yeah, it is ridiculous. Like, so $100, they're making 20. That's like 20x, right? So yeah, but that's what you do when you are like a massive company. That the reason you got massive is because you have a huge LTV to CAC, right? So that's why we want to always lower the CAC, increase the LTV. I wonder what it is for McDonald's. Juniper, can you share the numbers for McDonald's?
McDonald's also doesn't publicly break down exact customer acquisition costs or lifetime value, but we've got industry estimates. Their acquisition cost per new customer is often estimated lower than Starbucks, sometimes cited around $15 to $20, given their massive brand reach and scale. Their customer lifetime value, while substantial, is usually estimated lower than Starbucks, often in the range of $1,000 to $2,000, depending on frequency and region. McDonald's plays a volume game, with frequent, lower-cost purchases driving their long-term value.
Yeah, but it's still ridiculous, right? $15 and they make up to $2,000. $10 purchase every day at Starbucks each day for 5 years is only $18,000. Yeah, but people, they just keep buying. They never stop. They won't stop after 5 years. They'll keep buying for like 50 more years, right? That's the difference. Anyways, all right. So yeah, but you need like this high discrepancy between CAC and LTV. That's the point. So how much total money you make from the customer minus everything it costs you to deliver it. Figure out your GP. So how do you calculate it? Figure out your GP. GP is gross profit. What's left over after the purchase? Net profit is money left over after subtracting all costs. So we're not talking about net profits. We're talking about gross profits. And a gross margin is like expressed as a percentage. Next, figure out the average number of transactions over the lifespan. Then figure out the LTGP. So it's just like math. LTGP is the arms race of business. In an auction of attention, a person who can spend the most. Also, Erica, do you understand this? LTGP is the arms race of business?
Yeah.
Can you break it down for our
It's like the Cold
vast
War.
audience?
Isn't that the Cold War story? Basically,
a vast audience of two. Can you break it down?
When you have two superpowers competing with each other to be have the best weapons, the most advanced military, the superpower that's going to win is the one that isn't going to run their economy into the ground, trying to or drain their. That's what happened to the Soviet Union, right? They were spending so much money trying to keep up with the U.S. They went bankrupt. Well, they.
Yeah, because you never want to be behind the other person in the arms race, right? You always want to spend more and more and more. Juniper, can you explain this line? Lifetime gross profit is the arms race of business. What does that mean? What is arms race, and why is that used as an analogy here?
When people say lifetime gross profit is the arms race of business, they mean that companies are constantly competing to increase how much long-term profit they make from each customer. In history, an arms race is when two sides keep trying to outdo each other by building more powerful weapons. In business, the weapons are ways to make customers stick around and spend more over time. Companies are racing to win customer loyalty and maximize their long-term profit. If you can boost lifetime profit faster than others, you outcompete them, like winning an arms race.
Yeah. So, but the point of the arms race is, the point of the arms race is that because on the weapon side, like you can keep making more and more weapons and more advanced weapons. You like, there are no winners, right? Like, because it's just a matter of time.
It keeps going on as long as there are two or more people competing with each other. It will only end when, one person. Well, if one superpower like the Soviet Union implodes, then it ends, right? But
Juniper, when does the arms race end, or does it never end? It keeps going. Is that the point?
Exactly, that's the point. The arms race in business is often ongoing. Companies are always looking for new ways to enhance customer loyalty, increase value, and outpace competitors. Even when one company achieves a certain advantage, others catch up and innovate further. So the competition never truly stops. It's a continuous cycle of improvement and adaptation, which keeps businesses dynamic and constantly evolving.
Right. I mean, that's one of the things I try to emphasize in the mentorship as well. Like, there's no time to be lazy. You have to constantly learning new things.
It was like the story from Alex Hermosi. The one point in their career, they're saying they got kind of complacent and happy, and then they had their mentor tell them, now's the time you got to be working the hardest, because you know what, you figured something out, you feel like everything's going well. If it is actually going as well as you think it is, someone is going to copy you and use all their effort to try and beat you and take your customers. So you gotta
you gotta always stay. You always gotta be learning new things. I mean, that sounds like I was telling Harpreet, he was takes weekends off, and then does all these obligations. And I was telling him, you have your competition, is working harder, and then theirs is gonna keep on out competing. See, if we wanna scale. I mean, if you don't have very high goals, then it's fine. You can have a more balanced life. But if you have very high goals, then you have to make some sacrifices, right? You cannot have both. You cannot have the cake and eat it too, right? Some sacrifices have to be made. Either you sacrifice revenue, or you sacrifice your Netflix time, your personal time. You can't do both. Stay frosty. All right.
I mean, to be fair, for many people, it might be that they do want more of a balance in life.
Not Harpreet though. He's when he joined he said his goals were like 100 million in revenue.
Oh, well.
Good luck if you're not gonna put in hard work. This guy you remember, I don't know if I told you this, this guy joined the mentorship. And because every time someone starts, I ask them, what are your revenue goals? And he said 1 billion. He dropped out after 2 weeks. I said, what, with a B or with an M? He said, no, the bigger one, the B one. I was like, billion, right? Billion. I said, okay. And how much are you thinking of putting in, weekly? How much time can you put into the business? I could do like maybe 18 to 20 hours. I was like, okay, so 18 to 20 hours, and the goal is to reach 1 billion with a B. So yeah, that's the goal. And what? How much are you making in your current job? Oh, I'm unemployed right now. It's like, okay. I was like, okay. I was like, I don't know how to. Usually I use the Ronda Rousey story.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey story is different though. That's more common scenario. Zafiel, you're gonna learn about it in the book. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. It's in one of the later chapters, the Ronda Rousey story. So Zafiel, if you do finish it, please leave a review. I have like 0 I have 0 reviews right now. First time author, right? I don't have a list I can send it to saying that you enjoyed my previous book. Here's the new one. I have
You're the titan of business, right?
So I asked ChatGPT, so how do I get reviews on my book? I'm a first time author. I don't have I don't have any previous books. I don't have any email lists for books or anything. So how do I get more reviews? So one of the ways ChatGPT suggested was doing a giveaway on Goodreads. So yeah, I scheduled a Goodreads giveaway. But that's gonna run for a month, but the only problem is those viewers, they do leave reviews, but they leave it on Goodreads.com, not on Amazon.com. And I need reviews on Amazon.com for other people to read it. But yeah. So I need to ask people who actually read one-on-one to get some initial traction going. Harpreet, I will send you a hard copy as well, so that I can get some one-on-one reviews. All right. It's painful, right? Books are painfully slow. You remember how long it took for us?
Unless you're
for your reviews.
Oh yeah.
But Amazon is even more strict now. Like before you would like, oh, just ask a friend to leave a review. And if you haven't read it, like on Kindle Unlimited, they can track now how much you have read it. And on paperback, they can see it's verified or not. So if you try leaving a review and you haven't bought it from your account, they might not publish it.
Oh yeah, I remember we were having that problem later on when like people might buy it from like a different account or whatever. Or when I was leaving reviews for people and I would forget which account it was supposed to be paid from, the reviews would be rejected because they'd be unverified.
Would you get an email saying rejected, or they'll just they won't even?
Not from Amazon, but from like the people I was helping out by reading their books. And
or they were saying that they never saw it.
Yeah.
So Amazon just like ghosted.
Yeah.
Because unless you read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Figure out LTGP. So LTGP is like GP, gross profit times average transactions per customer. LTGP is the arms race of business. In an auction of attention, a person who can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. The business that makes its customers the most valuable wins. You can only get CAC to 0, but LTGP can go infinitely high, right? So even if you're doing like free videos, you have like 0 costs, you're just doing it yourself. the LTGP cannot, the CAC cannot go below 0, right? You're getting free leads, but the LTGP, the CAC is like 0 at best. But LTGP, on the other hand, you can have one customer buy like 400 properties, right? So LTGP can just keep going up and up and up. You remember there was this guy who just kept buying properties from us in like 2020, 2021.
Yeah, COVID.
He would buy one and then be like, oh, this one closed. What about this one? Can I buy this one? I was like, yeah, you're buying on cash, buy as many. And then he will come every few months.
Yeah.
Right? And then he disappeared. He's like, I'm having some financial problems, and then disappeared. Maybe, Erica, you should touch base.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, LTGP can be unlimited. I think Sonal has some customers as well like that. He just keeps buying from him. All right. In an auction of attention, we did this. It's easier to make advertising more efficient than it is to make people stay longer. CAC is about getting customers. LTGP is about keeping customers. All right. PPD. So this is our biggest constraint, PPD, right? Payback period, which we're trying to solve. Mm-hmm. You would agree, right? That's the biggest constraint. We solve this problem. Everything else solves.
Yes. I mean, I think we can improve on the other two. But
no, I'm saying this is like the biggest constraint. Yeah. If we can solve this, which we...
Well, yeah, because as we mentioned before, if you go through a period like we did a year or so ago where everything was sold on cash, I mean, it's a very different business.
Yeah. No, but that was sold through realtors in a hot market. I'm saying if we can solve this by ourselves, without external capital, without external funders, without external realtors, without external title companies.
It's harder, but it would be better.
Yeah,
because
it's harder. That's why it's like $1 million problem to solve, right? You solve it, and then I bet he might have done okay buying land around that period. Yeah. I'm sure he was.
Yeah, I mean, we were already selling them at a slight discount, and I think he just overextended himself. He probably got a little too excited.
Everyone does that, right?
Yeah.
People get too excited. Oh, wait, what? Only 500 down? Or they were like, wait, what? This is like, I can make like few $1,000s just.
That was another hard lesson we learned. You can't, especially with owner financing, you can't let people get too excited because they'll
just buy 5 at once and then default in 2 months.
Got to have limits on.
Yeah. So people get excited. They're not really good with managing finances. And then they just default. And we don't want, once they default, they're never coming back. Right. So we want our customers to be successful.
Right.
So we can build goodwill. Another thing from my book. Now I can quote my own books.
Yeah.
That's one of the advantages of writing books.
That is
right?
true. Yeah.
You can just quote your own books as opposed to quoting other people's books.
Yeah. That is an advantage.
Oh, you did silver?
Yeah. How'd that go? I'm sure.
No, silver went up.
I bet it did.
How do you think Zafiel has the money to convert?
Well, Zafiel's smart. Yeah, he knows.
How do you think Zafiel has the money to convert an electric Tesla into a diesel Tesla? He has all this silver money.
Yeah.
Right? All right, PPD, the biggest constraint for our business. How fast do you make your money back? Payback period, the time it takes to break even on what you spend to get a new customer. Example, it's still going. Yeah, the party is still going. Silver party. You make $50 per month in gross profit. Oh, these are just examples on how to calculate it, right? Knowing how much we make LTGP, it would be impossible for us to know if our lemonade stand is likely to be a rocket ship or a dud. He was giving an example of like if we started a lemonade stand. We also need to consider CAC and PPD to fully figure out our growth potential. Like a lot of times, like I think it's true in land side as well. A lot of times people will be like, oh yeah, I did this subdivision. I bought it for $50K and then I chopped it up in pieces and all the pieces and everything. I sold it for like 200. So or like 150 or whatever. I 3x'd my
Yeah.
money. And I was like, okay. And how long did it take? And how much work did it go into it, right? And then say, well, I had to hire a surveyor. I had to hire this. I had to, go to the county meetings. And then, and it took like 2 years. So it's like, okay, so you 3x'd or 4x'd your money in 2 years. And yeah, that was like 150K profit, right? But it also took 2 years. So your PPD was 2 years. Because just subdivide, like we did that minor subdivision. How long did it take? Just like splitting one property into two. How long did it take?
Probably could have gone faster if we were like, I think, yeah, to play that game, you really got to like be on the phone every day bugging people. But
no, even then, like
Yeah.
we have Michelle, we bug her every
Yeah,
day, but she
well.
responds after 2 weeks or whenever she feels like
7 months. I
7
think.
months, right? Just a 1-to-2 split. Even for the county to record the new APNs, they took like so long. Are they recorded or no? The new APNs.
I have to check. They said it was going to be this month.
Yeah.
So-
And so yeah, 7-8 months just to subdivide. So we're talking about PPD of like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And if you're taking 7 months just to do the subdivide, that's like that's not a business. That's essentially like a side hustle that you have a 9 to 5 job and you do like 1 or 2 subdivisions on the side.
Well, but by that same logic, then being a developer would not be a business.
No, but being a developer, you have like 7 developments happening at the same time. So subdivision, you'll have to have 7
Yeah.
subdivision at the same time. But then you also need like 10 million, 20 million in capital. How do you have newbies? How? Because they're like teaching this to like newbies.
Yeah.
Or you get funding from investors. Well, bro, it's not 2020. You can't. Funding only works in like hot markets. When
But
the
yeah,
market
yeah,
is slow, it takes. Funding becomes harder because everyone is like, if you ask Zafiel for funding, like, bro, I just made like 3x my money on silver. Why would I get 20% returns on your by giving you money for land, right? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. If you're going to structure the land investing business as primarily subdivision, you got to think of yourself more like a developer.
Yeah. Yeah, I can quote myself now. Yeah, writing a book has a lot of advantages. I'm just realizing those. You just keep on quoting yourself. Or with Alex and Layla, they just quote each other.
Yeah. Should I write another book now?
Well, you already have a book. I keep on dropping it.
You do.
Yeah. Now you need to drop my books.
Yeah. Hey, I just gave you a lead today.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. All right. So knowing how much, if you just know how much you make without knowing the PPD, payback period, you don't know if it's like a rocket ship scalable or it's the dud. Like if it takes 2 years, you might be better. And there's like nothing, silver, you just need to put money, right? And you can go on with your life. With subdivision play, you actively have to do work, Okay. We also need to consider CAC and PPD to fully figure out our growth potential. Now you need to
Actually, I
review
should leave
each
you a
other's-
review, shouldn't I?
I mean, you are, like I mentioned you in the book, so
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know if
yeah.
it's
Okay.
yeah. People will be like, that's lame. It's like asking
that's true. That's
asking
true.
your mother to
Anyway, I mean, yeah, you're right. Anyone who buys
Right.
the book would also know who I am, so it would be
that doesn't make sense.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. So take all marketing and sales teams, compensation, advertising, and software, then divided by CAC. Oh, that's how you calculate it. How quickly does that lemonade stand pay back the CAC and start making money, aka PPD? PPD is important because it will increase the speed of cycles in which you can multiply your cash. Double your money in 1 month versus 3 months may not seem like that big of a difference, but it is. we're talking about a 4x difference in growth potential because you can double, right? We can double our money in the first month, 2x, then 4x next month, and then 8x next month. The 3-month example would only double in the same amount of period. That's why PPD is so important. Yeah, how
this
fast?
is why. Yeah, so this is why you're really obsessed about it right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like CS calls, right? Customer success calls, giving them incentive to pay back sooner. So it's so important. Like literally our constraint right now. Because I could literally. So if someone says, "Oh, here's $2 million, spend it," like I can spend that money in like 6 months or even less than that. It's just like acquisition is not the constraint, and selling is also we can sell it on terms, right? The biggest constraint is like how do we get the money back faster? That's the biggest constraint, and we have the solution. We know what to do. It's just a matter of executing it. It's not like there's like this unknown solving cancer that we don't know how to solve. We already know how to solve, right? We just need to incentivize existing customers to pay back faster, right? So here's an example, not from my book. So if you have a Ferrari, right, and you tell Zafiel, Zafiel, here's a Ferrari. Normally it goes for 100. You can have it for 20. I need the cash right now. Zafiel will sell his silver to get that Ferrari because he knows he can sell it for, even if he can't sell for 100, he can sell it for like 70, right? So the point is like we can incentivize our customers to pay cash back. It's just a matter of what can we give them to incentivize, right? That's what we need to just tweak. But people will take advantage of inefficiencies if you make them obvious for them, right? All right. 30-day cash. So if you had unlimited time to pay back a debt, your likelihood of payment approaches 100%. Your likelihood of payment, assuming ethical behavior, approaches 100%. Yeah. The shorter the window, the less likely. Mastering the timeline of cash flow unlocks truly limitless growth. That should be a principle, by the way. What do you think?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Mastering the timeline of cash flow unlocks truly unlimited growth. What do you think? I should add it, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. You are looking for more principles to add.
Yeah, I need to add more principles. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons these lives are important, right? Because we learn new things for you to implement. We learn new things to me to implement in the book. 30-day cash is the amount of gross profit you can extract from a new customer in the first 30 days. 30 days is the amount of time any business can get interest-free financing, like a credit card. If you can increase your 30-day cash back above your CAC, that means you can get free customers using other people's money. I try to stay away from exotic cars and other things. That market is crazy. Yeah. Oh, so it doesn't have to be a Ferrari. How about a Honda Civic, right? You can sell the Honda Civic for 20K, or forget about 20K. You can sell it for 10K. And what if I gave it to you for $500? And you're not going to be like, oh, I don't want to spend that $500. I didn't budget it for Honda Civic. You'll come up with that 500.
Assuming you're talking about a Honda Civic that's like in great condition.
Yeah,
right?
Of course. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but the point is like when people see obvious discrepancies in the or inefficiencies in the market price versus the price you're offering, they will find ways. Like there was this one lady, I saw your notes. You were like, oh, if you pay this back, we can give you $500 back. But you have to pay back within like 60 days. And the lady was like, oh, I don't have the money, but I'm going to ask my cousin. Call me back next Monday.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if she actually gets
No,
it.
but
yeah.
But the
that's
point is
pointless.
you incentivized her,
Right.
Right? Because that's the whole thing.
But yeah, no, that is a powerful point. If we make the incentive strong enough, at least a substantial portion of people will figure out a way to
Right.
get the funds.
Yeah. So
Good question.
Harpreet, for you, like I don't know if you're still there, but you know how he sold for 500 down, 500 per month for X months for 14% interest. After a month, you call them and say, well, if you pay back within the next 90 days or next 60 days, I can give you 10% off or something, right? And say, don't say 10% off. 10% off doesn't sound interesting. Say the dollar amount. So if that 10% is $700, say I'm going to write you a check for $700 if you pay back the loan within the next 60 days. They will look at it as like, wait, that's $700 for free? All right, let me make some calls, right? They'll be like, let me talk to my cousin, or let me talk to my neighbor, or let me talk to my dad, or whatever, right? Let me see if I can make this happen, right? So it's a win-win situation. They paid back, you got your whatever $9,000 or whatever the remaining balance is. You got your $9,000 back right away, and they are happy that you gave them a discount, and now you can redeploy that 9,000 to buy more properties and double triple your money.
Zophile is a good point, and I think wasn't that in the book somewhere as well?
Oh yes,
you can't make the offer like
it has to be
illogical.
believable.
It has
to be a believable offer. Yeah, you're right.
So and we're not going to offer like 50%
we're not going to offer like
off.
95% off. That was just to make a point. But yeah, it needs to be a believable offer. That's why when we offer the cashback, we'll never say like, oh, you get like 70% off. It will be like, well, you get 5% off. If they don't take it, next time we do the CS call, we'll be like, oh, how about 10% off? Then they'll be like, let me talk to my cousin. And then next month when you do the CS call, if they still didn't take how about 12% off?
Wait, we're not doing that.
No, I'm saying you could.
You could, but
Right.
that doesn't that go against the ethical?
No. But it has to be a different offer.
Yeah, it has to be a different offer.
It cannot be the same offer.
Yeah.
It has to be, because the remaining balance is different now. It's a new offer.
Right. Yeah. If the remaining balance is going down, you could on a percent basis.
You cannot. You can. What you can do is, you say, "Oh, I'm gonna give you 10% off," and the guy says, "How about 12?" You cannot be like, "Okay, that's fine." That would be unethical because you just changed the terms. Also from my book, by the way. Because you change the terms you change the offer without changing anything else, right? It needs to be a different offer. So if the remaining balance is different when you call next month, and you can say, all right, so last month you had this much remaining balance, I gave you this % off, you didn't take the offer. Now the remaining balance is this much, this is the new offer. Because that's a completely brand new offer with a completely brand new remaining balance. That's completely ethical. Yeah. All right. So Harpreet, hope you understood what I was trying to say. So that would help with the cash flow issue or the capital constraint. Otherwise, you just have to keep getting more and more capital from banks, investors, friends, families, lines of credit, and so on and so forth, which is a hassle as well. You constantly have to manage that relationship, keep them updated. It's like more work. All right. But it's still a legit strategy if you want to acquire outside capital. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just more complexity. As soon as you bring anything outside, realtors, investors, funders, right? Title companies, advisors. As soon as you bring in outside people into your company, you're just making things more complicated. You're just making more things more complex, more variables. Ideally, you want to keep everything in-house. So you're self-sufficient. You don't need outside capital. You don't need outside realtors. You know how to market. You know how to sell. You have your own YouTube audience, so on and so forth. As long as you keep it under the Harpreet or founders land group ecosystem, just like Apple, right? Everything is under Apple, just like Tesla. Elon Musk keeps on trying to, they're going to create problems with batteries. We're going to create our own batteries. They're going to create, dealers are going to create problems. We're going to create our own dealer system, right? So everything is like in-house. So you can control all the variables. So it's the same thing here. If you can control all the variables, then you have more control on the outcome. HR. Wait, what HR? What HR? What HR? Control HR? In-house HR?
In-house HR? No HR?
No, HR is always in-house.
Yeah.
Someone was like joking, like, oh yeah, what are they gonna do? I'm the founder. I hired HR. All right. Oh, we are out of time.
Yeah.
So how much is left? We're almost done with this. Okay. So this
was a big tangent day.
Yeah, big tangent. But yeah, I mean, we have, the book, we have to talk about the book.
Yeah.
And also the thing is the whole book was like everything is related, right? Everything is interrelated. The stuff we discussed in live stream goes in the book.
I shouldn't make fun of your tangents because they're your special sauce anyway.
Special sauce.
Yeah. They're
hot sauce.
Yeah.
Tangents is the spice that you add to live streams. Okay. So if we had unlimited time, we discussed this. 30 days, the amount of time, we discussed this. This is how you get free customers for life and get paid doing it. I was just joking about the stuff in your business. What? HR stuff? Or as in like we're talking stuff that's not HR compliant? All right. This is how you get free customers. The process is intended for businesses to get financing from their clients rather than from outside capital, outside investors. If you apply these concepts, there is no need for outside capital. Yeah, easier said than done in our business, but
yes,
we'll figure it out. There's always a clever way for your customers to pay for your growth. You just have to look for it. That's what we're looking for.
That is the current project.
Yeah, very, very heavily focused. Okay. Then it should be part of the book as well. Then I need to add this principle. Okay. Zafel, don't forget to hit refresh on the book every few days. It's like your diesel Tesla. If you want updates, you gotta keep the auto update on. Okay. So example, he talks about the numbers. Yeah, so he talks about if there's a long payback period, and then he talks about what if we reduce the payback period, and then we can spend more on marketing, more to acquire customers, so on and so forth. So he uses the analogy as it's like we took out $1 out of our pocket in a casino and spent it on advertising. The rest of the time we were playing with the found money. If it's like gambling at the casino with $1, you make $8. Pay yourself back the original one, then keep playing the rest of the time with $7 winnings. All right, and we can stop there. I think that should be. So those are the 3 levers. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So lever number 1, lower CAC, cost to acquire a customer. Lever number 2 is, no, there's no cost to refresh. Yeah, free updates. For life. And you got in early because right now I kept it as low as possible. But once it has traction, then I'm going to bump up the price. Because, every time you increase the page count, the printing cost goes up.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to keep. Lower CAC, 3 levers. Lower CAC, increase LTGP, lifetime gross profit or lifetime value, and reduce PPD, payback period. Yeah, and that's how you scale a company. Right? Yes?
Yep.
All right. Closing thoughts, Erica? We have some CTAs, honestwealthbuilders.com, if you want to set up a call with me to go over the mentorship, what we do inside, if we can help, tell us about the goals. Check out my new book we just listed. It has absolutely 0 reviews right now. But hopefully it'll be one soon after Zafiel finishes reading it, and after GPS fee in the book for $6. Oh, GPS. Oh, for the car rental example. And then Founders Line Group, Harpreet, I will. Yeah, once I have the printed copy, author book, I think it should arrive next week. I can mail you the copy. And that's it. Anything else, Erica?
No.
We're good? All right, so when are we meeting next? You want to do Tuesday? Should we do Tuesday? Today is Sunday.
One time during the week.
Well, there's a lot. We're very behind right now. Okay,
Yeah.
You want to do Thursday then?
Okay.
Further away, but you want to do Thursday?
Okay. I mean, we can do Tuesday.
No, is because you have to catch up.
No, we can do Tuesday. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So we'll try to do Tuesday. If not, then Thursday, and then Sunday. I think maybe we can have like a set schedule because Tuesdays and Thursday I have the mentorship class, and then so we can do it like right back to back, so it's efficient.
Yep.
For everyone. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you guys Tuesday or Thursday. Have a good one.